it's Jessii Vee. And oh my gosh guys, I love my sweater so much. I am so excited to wear all of my Halloween outfits this month. I feel like I dress spooky all year round, but this month is just so special. Okay, so as you can tell by the title of today's video, this is going to be our very last video in the Crayon series. We're talking about the silver crayon. This whole series journey has been so much fun, and I'm so glad that you guys have loved it so much. I'm almost kind of sad that we're closing it off, but the story I'm going to tell you is so creepy. Get ready. Before we get started though, I just want to say a huge thank you to Dragon City for sponsoring today's video. This has been my new favorite app, my new favorite game. You guys know how much I love mythical creatures, and dragons are superior. Dragon City is a free-to-play mobile game that is available on all your devices. You can collect over 1,000 dragons with different elements and rarities. You will need to grow food, earn gold, and find gems to grow and personalize your city while advancing to new levels. You can breed 2 dragons together to create an entire new dragon species. You hatch your eggs and then feed your baby dragons to evolve them. You can also take part in player versus player battles in the master arenas, where you can challenge your friends and face other dragon masters. Become a member of an alliance, interact with other dragon masters, and work together in exclusive team events to unlock chests full of awesome rewards. There's also really exciting weekly mini games where you can claim daily prizes, catch new dragons. You'll also find more dragons of your favorite YouTubers like Mr. Beast, Sniper Wolf, and your favorite The Walking Dead characters are also coming alive in Dragon City. So you can celebrate the iconic show's return with the new The Walking Dead dragons. So go ahead and download Dragon City. The link is down below in my description. Or you can go ahead and scan the QR code and get a special free starter pack. This comes with 50,000 food, 30,000 gold, and the epic zombie Terra Dragon. So definitely click the link down below in my description, and thank you so much to Dragon City for sponsoring today's video. Alright guys, so let's get right into today's video talking about the silver crayon. This story is called The Thing Behind the Glass. This story came from one of my subscribers named Ava, who said that when she was about 5 years old, she went to the zoo one day with her parents and saw something haunting that she will never ever forget in her lifetime. She used to love when her parents took her to the zoo. She could run around for hours pointing at all the animals and taking photos with some of her favorites, and she loved going to see the baboons the most because they always acted so silly. They would jump at the glass and make funny expressions at her. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I went to the zoo as a kid, the monkey cages always scared me the most, like the gorillas, the baboons. I was just always so afraid of them, so I feel like I'm the opposite of Ava, but that's okay. I just know that monkeys are so intelligent, and it's just eerie not knowing what they're thinking when they see you. They just kind of like stare at you. And the baboons and the gorillas especially give me that feeling. And there's also just something so sad about seeing them locked up, but that's like a whole different thing that I could get into. But have you seen those videos of like gorillas jumping at the glass at the zoo and like cracking it? Anyways, that's just my fear. It's probably just like a personal thing. Anyways, so this one dark and rainy day, Ava and her parents went to the zoo because she had a day off of school, and the first place she wanted to go was to see the baboons. They were all like huddled together under this overhanging rock just to like shelter themselves from the rain, and it was kind of eerie just seeing all of their eyes like grouped together glaring at people from their hiding place. But that's when Ava saw something very strange, and she began pointing over at them yelling,
"There's a new one! There's a new one!"
She was saying this over and over again, and her parents tried to see what she was talking about, but all the monkeys just looked the same. One of the zoo staff actually passed them, and Ava's mom asked her if they had included any new monkeys recently, and she said no. They had all been living there together for years. There were no new ones. Now, Ava told me that her memories of this day are a little bit foggy, but she remembers she saw this creature crouched behind the group of monkeys, and it was just looking at her, and she distinctly remembers it having this bright silver face. It looked kind of similar to a baboon, but there was also something so different about it, like something otherworldly. She went to school the next day, and her teacher always did this thing where she asked all of the kids to draw a picture of their favorite part of the weekend. And of course, Ava chose to draw the group of huddling monkeys sheltering in the rain, but she grabbed the silver crayon and colored it over one of their their faces. Now, she thinks that she still does have this crayon drawing. She says it's probably in one of her old keepsake boxes, and if she ever does come across it, she will send me a picture so I can show you guys. But she can't get the image out of her head of this thing with a silver face and sharp teeth and black dead eyes that just did not fit into the group of animals at the zoo. This story just gives me the chills. It's so creepy. Imagine having a child that draws something like this with the silver crayon and you're like, what the heck is that? And your kid's like,
I saw that at the zoo today.
okay, so after reading Ava's story, I felt like there was something very familiar about it. I felt like I had read something similar to it before. Do you guys remember about 5 years ago when I made this specific email address you can send all of your scary stories to? That email address is not working anymore. But back then I would receive hundreds of stories from you guys every single day. Well, I went back into that account and I searched up the word silver. And this story came up called Something at the Zoo. And it's from this guy named Daniel who said that he had taken his 2 younger cousins to the zoo one day, and while they were all standing there looking at the elephants, he saw something strange at the very back of their enclosure. He said it was this creature that moved incredibly fast across the grass on all 4s. It looked almost humanoid, and as it was running, it suddenly whipped its head to look directly at Daniel, and he remembers it having this strange silver face. Can you guys believe this? How similar these stories are, and they're like 5 years apart? And his cousins didn't see it, so there was no one else around him to like verify what he saw, but he knows what he saw. He still remembers to this day. I just thought those like 2 stories like correlating were so creepy. Anyways though guys, that is the end of today's video and the end of our crayon series. I think the last one I might ever want to do, we'll see, is like a rainbow crayon. I feel like that would be so interesting. If you guys have any stories about that, definitely DM me on Instagram. But before I go, don't forget, please click the download link in my description to check out Dragon City. It is such a fun game. You definitely won't want to miss out. But I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!